Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Friday, the 23rd of October, and this is our weekly recap. Goes out to all my members as well as people who follow me on YouTube and my email list. If you're interested in learning more about me, link is in the description below. Come on over to smartoptiontrade.com. So let's talk about this week, and let's just go with the SPY and talk about it. So we have this cup and handle pattern that's formed, and we are in this downtrend, and we're pushing against it here today. And we've just had this incredibly choppy, whippy week. This is probably some of the worst action we've seen in the markets in a long time, you know, as the markets just is not trending. Now, when I look at what's going on here, here's your big down day on Monday. Tuesday, we could have failed, right? These big wide range candles that were filled with mischief. Yesterday, we went below Monday's low. Reverse, we got a hammer candle. And today, believe it or not, even though we gapped above it, we're actually starting to get a little bit of extension here. Right. So we'll see if this market can take out. If this market takes out this downtrend and starts to push, opens the door back to 350, and then above 350, you take out the high here of 353. And then you look for a move to 358. Now, what's going on? It's all about the nonstop back and forth with the stimulus package. You have the election in process, and you have the coronavirus really starting to rear its head again. As we go into next week, we go into one of the busiest earnings weeks of this season. So we're going to have a massive amount of names. Tech on Thursday alone, you have Apple, Facebook, Google, and Amazon. You have Microsoft on Tuesday. So a whole heck of a lot going on here, right? News coming across now. Yep, Shelby says chances for stimulus deal is slim, but very low volume for the most part. You can see here today on Friday, we are down to under 30 minutes to go, only 32 million shares traded. There's no volume here. The market's in wait mode. If you look at the Qs, very similar. They've been weaker at times. They've been stronger at times. The Qs came all the way down to the 50-day. The IWM actually has been the strong one, holding in well, almost back up to its highs here. And again, you look at the IWM, it's been the laggard for a while now, and it still hasn't made its 52-week high or an all-time high, and it's trying to push itself back up here. So we'll see if that wants to go. And the VIX here still not acting right, but finally pushing back down here, and briefly pushed over 30, but never really gave a trade into it. So as we go into next week, we have a lot going on here, and with earnings. For this week, it was tough. I often felt like you get into a position and you get stopped out quickly, or reverse right in your face as soon as you entered it. But there were names to be played. I did not trade a ton this week. I traded smaller. I traded quick in and out. Facebook gave several nice trades along the way. You look at the chart on Facebook here, breaking above this range with earnings next week, looking prime for a move. This really woke up after Snap. Incredible earnings by Snap. Big move here, 3 days from 27-ish to 43. Huge move. Twitter moved with it, so there were trades there. Look at Twitter. Look at these last 3 candles. Look at the tabletop here on Twitter around this 50-50 area. Doesn't that look like this is ready to go next week? All right, so we'll put this over here. Twitter. Pins also has been in play. So a lot of names here have been pretty good and in play. Take those aside. Flow has been very meh. Snap had it. PayPal gave us a nice day earlier this week when they announced they're moving into the cryptocurrency market for payment, and it gave it all back and then some over the last 2 days. So not exactly thrilling there. Square has shown a little bit of tiredness here. AMD here starting to wake back up here. AMD's up today into the 50-day, big spot. AMD respects the 50-day, so we'll see how this plays out. AMD's up on Intel's woes, and Intel's woes are absolutely incredibly bad here at this point. This is a stock that could be in a lot of trouble, and it's good for AMD. Bottom line is the market this week was full of chop, and one of the nastiest markets we've seen in a long, long time. I didn't trade a ton. I think the most trades I took in a day was 4. It's typically taking 2 or 3 trades a day, making some money, putting some money in my pocket and calling it, and just not trying to force myself into this chop. hopefully over the weekend we get some clarity. The stimulus talk dies down and maybe the market picks a direction one way or the other, and we'll see where we go from there. So everybody have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy it. I'll post charts on Saturday, video for members on Sunday, and I'll catch you guys, everybody, on Monday morning.